Hello everyone, CG here, and welcome to my review of Prima Prime. Alright, getting into the technicals here, his name I'm not sure about, because there was a movie with him in it for the original series back in the 80s? And a lot of people are saying Prima. I'm saying Prima, but this is, I believe, the first Prime. I believe the first Prime, anyway. He is... Well, he's got the freaking sword, which... I don't know if this is the case in this case. But, to me, that looks like the Star Saber. If you don't know what the Star Saber is, look it up. But regardless, the sword is amazing. Overall, it also comes in two pieces. For reasons we'll get into later. Putting that off to the side here. Look at the paint. Blue bolts, blue chest, blue eyes. There is no light piping on this figure whatsoever. Unless we're talking about the back windshield piece, but not really. Overall, the detailing, the silver versus the gray, the white, it all, as well as the blue, it all breaks up very nicely and very evenly. I didn't know there were 5mm ports there. But it really just is amazing, and the posability is also something to love. Situating the shoulder pads here, moving them out, because you kind of have to do that for posing. Ball joint on the head can look up that much, can't look down that much, which isn't a lot, but whatever. Lifting up the arms, you have waist guards. You get a 90-degree turning radius in both directions. You cannot do a full 180 because of transformation jank. Legs, due to backpack, can kick back that much, but you can get even further with this freaking full, little over 90-degree bend at the knee. Thigh swivel. Ankle tilt. Literally, really good ankle tilt. Can go forward that much. Can kick back flat because of transformation jank. And, arms can go full 360 from shoulder. Lift up the plate. Rotating forearm. Forearm hinge. And wrists are on ball joints, so full 360. However, limited motion due to transformation jank. And setting up the shoulders. Yeah, these little shoulder pads are on double hinges, so you can get them situated in a lot of ways. And he is a bit of a pain to stand in my case. I don't know if that's just my figure. But I have been messing around with this figure a ton, just so I know, like, 1-for-1 transformation, all that. But, yeah, speaking of which, let's get into that. So, first things first, split the sword from handle and blade. And another little thing I guess I can show you. Matrix of Leadership in here is removable. And I should probably do this beforehand. Give me a second. Alright, I got it. So, as those who are original Transformers fans know, zooming in a bit here, is it just going to do the distance one? Is it? Yes. Yes, it is. So, best shot. This is the Matrix of Leadership that Optimus Prime has in the... you know what? Let's just remove this. This is the Matrix of Leadership that Prime has present day. Here is Prima's. Prima's is silver, light blue, and a sort of darkish silver. Light silver, goldish bronze, and a dark blue, both with light piping. It'd be easier if the camera would focus. Give me a second. Here we go. Very, very solid light piping from both this one and the other one. That's, hold upside down. This one I got with the 86 Rodimus that I reviewed a while back. Shit. Give me a second. Where was I? Yeah, I got this one with the 86 Rodimus that I reviewed a while back. And I figured it'd just be nice to compare the two. Because, for one, this one... the holes in the back of both of these are different sizes. Another thing you can do with Prima's leadership matrix is you can plug it in on the hilt of the sword. And, yeah. Now, there is one thing that confuses me about Prima's blade. Zooming out a bit here. On, actually, you know what? I'll just do this. And, whoop. Oh. There is a printing on this side. So you'd think it'd be printed this way. But that would mean Prima's left-handed. If the blade is supposed to look like this. What? Alright, back to transformation. Let's see. Oh, let's not drop that. Plug this back in because it's a storage spot and it has no better place to be. Split sword one more time. Don't lose those. They're important to the actual thing. They're not. It's just something nice to be able to remember you have. I do the shins first. So there's these little pinwells here and little tabs. Pull up and open. Or well, you can actually grab by the wheels, pull backwards. And these suckers are going to click. Like, really solidly. If I can... Yeah. Just leave them open like that, and then for the feet, tab, pinhole, push in place. And, yeah, that's all you need to do for these. Zooming out here so you can actually see better. Keep shoulder pads in place. Actually, lift them open. Rotate forearms so this grooved piece inwards can, well, be inwards. Lift up arm. Open forearm. Drop the wrist till it is, well, like this. Do the same thing on the other side. And then this may take you a second to do in case you're really strong, but the shoulders, these dark gray bits here, are tabbed in to the chest, so it may take you a second to get the backpack pulled from the chest, unless you reach behind the head. Now, open one wheel from behind the back, rotate the other way, then pull out the other wheel. You may notice that hinge. So what you're supposed to do is hinge this back and then start messing around with the backpack. You don't need to do that, actually. You can just leave that pegged in. However, I'm doing it the way the instructions tell me to, so yeah. Now, make sure the actual forearms themselves are flat so you can peg in the shoulder pad. Hear that, I hope. And then flatten out the backpack. Push it as forward as you can get it. Pull the forearms down. Lay this as flat against the torso as you can. Now, I like to leave the forearms out, then do the bumper piece last, because as you can see, there's these little tab holes, and there's these little tabs on the top of the top of the shoulders. I'll leave that for last because this part right here is annoying. Now, you're not supposed to actually push these into... Now, this peg and this peg aren't supposed to be pushed in... Well, this one isn't meant to be pushed in here. They are meant to be slid into place. At least the top one is, and I don't want to risk breaking it. Now, bend legs down, fold the legs back, and slide that under. Now you're going to see why I didn't want to do the forearms yet. Move that forward, and there's this little slit here and here. And there's these little fillers here and here. Line up as best you can, and this is where it gets annoying. And slide the top one into place, and then you have to fidget with the feet in a second. Give me 1 second, because yeah, you have to fidget with the little feet slides. Okay, here you go. Sometimes they don't like to stay pegged in place, and yeah, I'll get to my problems with the vehicle mode in a minute. Now, to settle in the shoulder, because that is not correct. Yeah, this one is a bit off, as you can tell. The left side has had trouble since I got it, so don't worry. Once you have your forearms in place, flip the front bumper, and then the wheels have these little tabs here that plugged into the little slits there. They're going to plug into these, or at least quote-unquote plug in. They don't really plug in, per se. They will slide in, though, pretty well. And let's get a little low. Okay, give me a second. Alright. And this is Prima's vehicle mode, however you want to say it. It's actually a really solid carrier. I have a Hot Wheel that's actually like this. And you may be wondering, oh, then what do you do with the sword? It's funny you should mention that. So, the sword, about that little bit of transformation jank, I don't know if you can see that. I might have to get my flashlight. There's a little peg hole in here. Just big enough for this. Voila. Maybe wondering, where does the handle, or well, the guard and the handle go? Under the darn thing. Now, I do like the fact that they even bothered adding this. However, it can be a little jank. Not my problem, though, with the overall thing. Alright, there we go. There's Prima's full vehicle mode. And let me tell you, while I do love this thing, it can be a pain to deal with. I'm getting a drink of tea because I'm going to need it. So, the main problem I have with Prima's vehicle mode is, well, the wheels. Specifically, my front left wheel. Because the left side of Prima's vehicle mode, at least on my copy, I have to fiddle with a little before it even decides to freaking roll. That is my only complaint. I love this vehicle mode. It's a really great troop transport sort of vehicle. My only other complaint is the bottom tabbed wheels don't really like to stay tabbed in. Other than that, no complaints. Like, another thing a lot of people talk about is plastic and feel. Apart from some minor issues, very, very minor. Some stuff coming unpegged. That's not really a problem because I can fidget with it a bit, get it pegged back in. And, yeah. It is always the front left wheel. It is always the front left wheel. There you go. Oh, another thing. The reason I did the forearm second was because you're supposed to tab these little pins in the chest. supposed to tab the little pins on the sides of the chest into the forearms so that it stays in place. That's why I did the forearms second, because you're supposed to line those up. But yeah, my only complaints are how the actual grip / handle is stored, and front wheels. Other than that, if you're rolling it on like a carpet or a smooth surface, it's really nice. It can get a little caught on the actual forearm piece. I cannot tell you why, because it should be going up, not down. Up. But yeah, my only complaints are the wheels. Which, allegedly... Give me a second. I still have the directions because of this. Allegedly... Yeah, look at that. This thing is supposed to have a freaking hover mode. What? Nah, motherfucker. Nah, explain that to me. Explain that. I know it's Cybertron. I know there's technically hovering vehicles. We've seen that as much as with RID 2015. But why? It's a Prime. Like, oh God. There we go. There. I think I've got it. Yeah. Yeah, my only complaints are the wheels. Everything else is fine. Actually, it's great. Plastic quality, amazing. Like, it actually feels solid, not going to fall apart after I transform it. There are very few Transformers that I can say that can happen with. But overall, yes, solid. If you... I swear to God, if one of you asked me to do a title class, no. I don't have enough desk space for that, let alone a place to store it. But overall, very solid figure, very nice figure. And putting it next to... if I can get it out real quick. Putting it next to my 86 Hot Rod, it looks cool. It looks fucking friggin' sick. Almost slipped up there. Another thing I forgot to mention in the Hot Rod video is that while because of my figure is used a fair bit, the pin on my right arm refuses to stay in place, let alone be flush, so it is always only on 3 wheels. But hey, not a deal breaker. It's still really nice. I have... you can see the paint chipping in certain places, I think. Definitely on the... okay. Well, on the silver, you see the wear and tear on this side. Oh, and another thing. There's a little tab right here on this Rodimus that's supposed to be mirrored on both sides. Careful about that tab, because it will snap on you. But regardless, that is my review on Age of the Primes. Prima, whatever, Prime. This is CG, signing off.